right now Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star are being dragged, and rightfully so. However, can we look at the people who are dragging these men? I'll wait. Who is just now recognizing that these people who have been problematic for years have been problematic? I've watched Shane's content. I've known about Shane's racist past. I've known about all of these things. I think most of us have. So the pedophilic type aspect of this whole thing is where we're getting something that's new, or we're getting something that we never actually touched on. Because when Omniscient talked about Shane Dawson's possible pedophilia a year ago or 2 years ago, we were like, yo, Omniscient, shut up. You're in no position to talk about anything regarding pedophilia because, you know, Omniscient. But at the same time, those information, those videos were always there. They were still there, even after Omniscient said what he said. So it's kind of on us not to have seen it. Because if we had jumped onto the information that Omniscient put out and we started asking questions, started digging deeper, we would have seen all of that. But we chose not to because, you know, the messenger is the pot and Shane's the kettle. I was one of those little kids who was watching Shane Dawson while I was in high school, and I wasn't calling out when Shane Dawson was doing blackface or when he was doing a caricature of, I guess, a black girl stereotype but with a white girl. I don't know what Shanae is supposed to be. I'm assuming she's supposed to be like a hood white girl. I wasn't there calling Shane Dawson out back then. I was watching all of this thing, cringing, but still watching it. A lot of these YouTubers have done things and have been there like, I don't know. I think you were trying to be funny there, but it didn't land. And I find it cringy, but I said nothing. We're still seeing people making the same mistakes as Shane and Jeffree. And instead of saying, hey, you're making that same mistake right now, we're using the excuses that they're young. We're supposed to shut up and not say anything about the things that they're doing because they're young. And I'm not here for cancel culture and saying that y'all need to cancel these people, cancel this kid. I'm saying that we need to have these kids, these people take accountability for what they're doing now, because if they don't, they will end up like Shane and Jeffree Star. I've contributed to the monsters that we've created in a lot of these content creators on YouTube. I've sat there and I've watched them and I was like, oh, I don't know about that. And then I went back the next week and watched their next upload. And I think a lot of us have done that throughout the years of YouTube being a platform, and we haven't actually called them out because we ourselves are afraid to be put on that spot where people are saying, well, you're just nitpicking and you're calling us out when we were young, so you shouldn't do that. Are you gonna bully me because I said something that you didn't like? Oh, you're such an SJW. And because we were afraid of being labeled or being put in a box of being overly sensitive, we kept our mouth shut about a lot of things that we saw that were cringy as fuck. Right now, we have a lot of YouTubers who are trying to do the whole edgelord thing. They're trying to cater to a more red pill type audience. And if that's what they want to portray themselves as, fine. But know that in the next 5 years, if somebody uncover that, and we're living in a world where people are looking down on that kind of behavior, then they're going to call you out. So if you see a YouTuber who's doing something that could be seen as fucked up in the next 5 years, maybe you should say, hold on, stop, wait a minute, think about what you're doing right now. And I don't know, unlist the video or re-upload something where you're not sounding like such a fucking racist or such an anti-Semitic person. We need to be accountable for our actions, whether our actions as viewers or our actions as content creators. We need to hold ourselves in a position where we're saying, hey, before you make this mistake, think about what you are saying, think about what you're doing, think about what you're uploading onto this platform. Because once you upload it, somebody else can take it, download it, and re-upload it somewhere. They can say whatever they want about what you're doing. We have a right as people to say what you just said or what you just did is not good. I don't find it to be funny. I don't find it to be entertaining, interesting, or creative, or anything. I am offended. People have a right to say that. Your responsibility in that moment is to say, well, that was not my intent, but I understand where you're coming from. I will try to do better. And then, not only just say it, but actually do better the next time. The thing that people are having an issue with Shane Dawson is that people talked about him years ago and he did nothing. He said that he did something, but he never actually made a lot of changes. He just continued to do things, but in a different way that were still considered offensive. And because you're doing things that are and may be considered offensive at some point, just because you want it to be shocking and edgy, understand that when it comes back, you might not like the consequences that you have to face. We don't get to determine our punishments a lot of times, and usually our punishments are not favorable. We don't usually like the punishments that we get. That's why they're punishments. So in the moment when you're doing something, think about it twice. That's all I gotta say.